This area would be a perfect spot to set a tent up. Great view of the river. I wouldn't get too close to the edge. You never know, that could slide over. Unfortunately, this tree, very questionable. That one, I have no idea, man. It could go at any minute, and the beavers have been tearing the heck out of this area. Oh, look, there's a perfectly good 4x4 over there. Okay, that's not why I'm here today. First, the weather conditions, my friends. Yesterday, rained all day. We have a break in the weather for about a couple hours. That's why I decided to come out. Right now, it is 56 degrees, a high of maybe 60. Then later on in the afternoon, kind of dropping off. A slight wind out of the south for now, but it's going to pick up later on. They say 20 to 30 mile an hour gusts with the front coming through. It's going to rain again. The later in the day we get, the more chances there are. And actually, wind direction really doesn't make much of a difference when you're by the river, because the way the hills are, it kind of channels it. I can feel it coming in from over here. What are we going to do? That's a good question. Let's get off this mess and get down to my pack, and I'll kind of show you. If you noticed, I broke out the OG pack for this trip, the good old Wally World Outdoor Products. I put it on, didn't have to make one freaking adjustment, fit perfectly. And I haven't wore this one in probably, 2 years? I don't know, maybe longer. Yeah, I know. I guess I'm not as big as I thought I was. All right, I did remember to bring my underquilt. We'll be trying that out today. That's the one I picked up at the Amazon store. Oh, I've been wondering where those went. Okay, those are my gloves. I get sidetracked easy. Hammock straps. I guess that's going to be lunch or dinner. There's a hammock in there somewhere. I thought there was. God, I hope so. Oh, there it is. If you notice, I put everything in Ziplocs because I anticipate rain. It's going to rain. This is what I want to do. We're going to be testing out a cheap tarp. I got this sucker at Amazon. I think it was either $4 to $10. I don't remember. I bought a whole bunch of them. The last time I took it out hoping for rain, guess what? Didn't freaking rain. Go figure, huh? Today, it's going to rain. I checked the radar. Ooh, let me get it. Oh, okay. Ooh, a little injured there. I pulled a leg muscle the other day screwing around. Getting old, it's painful. Anyway, I checked the radar. There's a storm, if it holds up, about an hour and a half away from where we are right now. If not, I know it's going to rain eventually today, especially if that temperature goes up a lot higher than it is now. And if the sun, which keeps trying to peek out, can you see it there, right there? Come on, out of there. Come on, sun. It won't work. Comes out, heats up the atmosphere. We're going to get some nasty weather, which I'm counting on. I decided to pick this tree here. That tree there looked pretty promising. Let's give this one a shake. It's got a lean to it. I don't know. Okay, we're good. Well, what I could do, I don't want to get in that mess and start cutting a bunch of stuff away. Plus, the wind's going to be coming in from this direction. But this is quite a span for that tarp. What's the worst that could happen? Don't say it. If we go this direction, the wind's going to blow right into the shelter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we're not going to get that close to the river. Okay, I guess we're going to use this tree and this tree. And if you're wondering, no hyperlapse this time. I want to get everything set up before the rain gets here. I think we'll start. I'm already being attacked by a itchy mosquito. What is going on here? Angry bird. If you recall last week in the Trekking Tuesday episode, I broke one of these freaking hooks. That needs to be turned around. I'll get that in a minute. Yeah, and I replaced it with actually a hook that I found at the Amazon store. Now these are a little tight right now, but we're going to try this out just to see if it even stays up. So we're going to test it live on camera. Oh, these are kind of too tight. Not too bad. Yeah, that's nice and taut. Maybe I'll leave it the way it is. It's tightened up my continuous ridgeline string. Huh, I like it. All right, we're just gonna leave it. Yeah, I might loosen it up just a little bit. I'm not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to loosen it up a little bit on the high side here. A little hard to get out of. But once I do that, I think we're good to go. I'm gonna leave this the way it is. It doesn't seem to be hurting anything, and the clips good. Check this clip. No bending. Huh? We'll just leave it, see what happens. Next, it's time to grab the tarp out. Oh, man. Oh, well. I wish that wouldn't have happened. But it did. I'm going to start off by saying I grabbed the wrong freaking tarp. Not a big deal. We can work with it. Got to adapt and overcome. The other one I have that I use quite frequently has a ton of tie-outs. This one, only freaking 2. But we're going to make it work. Yeah. I did something different this time. Normally I'd run the ridgeline underneath of the tarp. But I'm thinking, was it raining like heck out? The water will come down, in. And then inside your hammock, not a good situation. Oh, that's got some tension on her. There we go. Nope, we're good. This time I used the tie-out hooks on the top here, there, and then the water theoretically will run down this way. The next portion of the video is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to tie it out on the back and just go ahead and preload it in the storm mode. And then I'm not sure how I'm going to do the front. Normally I'll tie up on all these trees. I don't know if I have the right amount of cordage to do that. If I use it for the tie out, so I've got the green cordage. I don't know, let me think about this, and when you'll come back, you'll see if I figured it out or not. If you're wondering, yes, I got rained on a little bit, but not much to do anything. I'm really hoping that one's going to miss us. But that one over there, you can't really see it, but it's got a lot of potential. I did check the radar. It is heading this way, and it's kind of gone from a light green to a dark green, and I think I seen a little yellow in it, so it could be strong. I'm hoping so. In fact, looks like this little guy is starting to get us right now. I can feel the drops hitting me. That'll work, so we better speed this up. I don't want you to get too wet. I've come to the conclusion this is not the tarp I used last time because it was missing these center tie outs, and obviously this one has it. I have no clue what I did with the other tarp. I might have gifted it to Jeremy. I don't know. If I did, he's got some really nice cordage on there. Anyway, we got the back tied out here, here, and here. I just used the cheap Wally World stakes. I've used them before out here. Never really had a problem with them in the sand. And if I do, just put a log over the top of it. On a side note, I'm not recommending this tarp to anybody. I just want to see if a cheap $4 to $10 tarp will work in a rainstorm, and that's why we're here. Over here on our front tie downs, hey, a train. I got it tied out to this tree, that tree right there, that tree over there, and I had a little sag in it, so I went ahead and grabbed this piece of deadfall, lifted it, and we can adjust it from there on down. The rain is getting harder. The other thing I like about this tarp, oh, I want to mention something. Friends, you do not have to torque these down. I see people put these so darn tight. You don't have to do that. It needs give in there, especially in a windstorm, so it doesn't rip out these freaking tie outs. Especially this one. It's not really the best in the world. I got the nice little angle in there. I think the water's just going to run on down. This is kind of taut. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I think the water will drip from this and just go on down. I don't know. I'll put a drip line on it later. We'll see. I got my drip line here on the bottom side of my carabiner, so the water will go down. Hopefully not into the hammock. I might have to put one on top. We'll see if it starts to pour rain, which I'm hoping it will. See, we got the weather radio going. Got all my goodies underneath the tarp. Same thing here. It needs to go down a little bit more. See if that works. That could be a problem. There we go. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is just kind of sit back and see what happens. First storm just rolled through. I got about 20 minutes of rain, just enough to check out my setup. I discovered I was having a little problem with pooling right in this area here. Not a big deal. Went and grabbed some 550, staked it out. Problem was solved, and then of course it quit freaking raining. I know. I discovered I need a drip line right here because when I lay in the hammock, it kind of goes sideways on me. I could probably fix that by moving this stuff around, but I'm not going to worry about it. There wasn't enough rain to soak the straps to get them to drip. In fact, the cordage is already freaking drying off. I checked the radar. Let's see this one here. Yeah, Not even wet. That's a little soaked. No. Water's pulling or beating up. Let's check the seams. Nothing really bad. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. I checked the radar a couple minutes ago, and it looks like we have another one coming this way. I'm estimating maybe about an hour. I think what I'm going to do on that one is either leave it like that, see if the water quits pulling, which it will, or just go ahead and drop it down into storm mode, take that line, take it to the ground. Same with that one there, and I'll leave that one up so I can get a good view out just to see how it's going to handle the rain. I'm hoping for something much severe though. In the meanwhile, I'm going to take a nap. The next rain front has moved in. As you can see, we're getting a lot of fog on the river. That's freaking awesome. That means the temperature's changing, such as going down and not up, which is not good because we can't get severe weather if we don't have warm air. Anyway, we're still getting that pooling right here. I think I have it set up wrong. I know it's got to be my fault. I do believe, since we got some decent rain in this front, I'm going to go ahead and drop her into storm mode, see what happens. This side is set up fine. Water runs down here and right off the back with no problem. This side, well, heck, here's the problem right here. Yep, it's bob air. This should be ran to that tree and pulled taut, which would keep this from happening. Not a big deal though. Although that tree there is pretty freaking questionable. It is, there we go. It is definitely dead and I'm getting wet. So yeah, let's go ahead and put her into storm mode. Let's see what happens. These are still not soaking wet. Those are wet finally. Not to the point where they're gonna drip, but they're wet. All right, storm mode it is to see what happens. That seems to be working a little bit better. I'm still going to have water pool here. And right there, you can see it. Hopefully they'll head to the center and go over to the side. We'll find out. Well, I dropped that side down. Dropped that side down. Then I was like, screw it. Let's pull that side out. Do the same thing with that side over there. And it seems to be helping out quite a bit. If I wanted to fix the problem, I would get off my lazy butt, go out to the tree, then center the center line up, which would pull everything to spec where it's supposed to be, which I might do here when it slows down a bit, as I am kind of starting to get a little wetter than I'd like to be for this time of day, and it's not the good kind of wet. I'm gonna sit back and watch it and see what happens. Since I'm not getting enough rain to get these drip lines to work, but if we look over here, these are working great because they are getting enough water on them, and that's what a drip line is supposed to do. It keeps the water, there we go, that's a better view, coming down into your hammocks. You see how it's running down here, going down there, and boom, we have a nice little drip going. So the goal is to see if these work and stop the water from coming down this line and making this a bathtub. Yet, not wet enough. Darn it. Come on, rain. Cooperate. I'm kind of excited. I know, weird, huh? This one is starting to drip right here. Unfortunately, now that I got the camera on, it's not going to happen. And is it this one? No. Yeah. This one's starting to drip here. So that'd be taking water off this hook here. See it right there? On this one, starting to drip too. So these are working. I'm pretty freaking happy. On a side note, I broke out my raincoat. It's getting kind of cold out here. A lot colder than I'd like to be. You can see the fog on the river. That's so awesome. Oh, and I got off my lazy butt since I had the raincoat on. I went ahead and took this line and dropped it down. Everything's a lot better. I could probably go a little bit lower with it and out further to take care of this crease, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it. Now that, my friends, is a roaring bubble. Look at that go. Yeah, I got hungry. What I'm going to do now is why that is kind of, I got way too much freaking water in there, as usual. As that is kind of stewing, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and kind of break the hammock down until we just have the shelter set up so I have a little bit more room in here. I'm going to get a break in the weather, probably in about a half hour, and then I'll have a hour time slot to get my butt out of here before the next rain comes in. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the severe weather they're talking about. It's just starting to get way too cold. In fact, you can kind of see the sun coming out a little bit now. That's cool. That'll work. At least we won't be coming out in total darkness. All right, back to my romaine noodles. Look at that little sucker go. It is so calm out right now. Look at the river. It's like freaking glass. Look at that. It's freaking awesome. And unfortunately, the fog has drifted away with the storm front. I do believe, I think we can do this, if I move quick and not screw around, that we can get out of here before the next storm front rolls in. We might get clipped by the edge of it. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. So we got to hurry up and break this down and stuff it in the pack. And it's a 0.7 miles out here, so not that long. Not that far of a hike at all. I just rather not get wet on the way out. In fact, I need to take this raincoat off because it's, what is that? Okay, I thought it was a, anyway, need to take this raincoat off. It's getting kind of warm. Right there is the clear spot we had. And then this little guy snuck up on us. Look at that, right over my freaking head, starting to sprinkle. And I have a feeling the heavy rain's going to be right down in there. That means we're going to be cutting it real close to getting to the mountain there before it starts downpouring again. I do have the, I'm dropping stuff, area cleaned up. Actually, you can see our nice little dry spot. Oh boy, drops are getting bigger. I double checked, we have no trash. Now we need to haul butt to the mountain here before it starts raining like heck out. I mean, if all else, you know what, I'm just going to push it. I was going to say, if it gets too bad, we can just stop and get the tarp out real quick. It's not that big a deal. Oh boy, can you hear it? Damn it. Well, I was hoping not to get totally soaked, but it looks like that's not going to freaking happen. All right, I got to get you guys put in a Ziploc and stashed away in my pack before this gets any worse. And it is. Oh, this is not good, friends. This is not good at all. It's a freaking dry line. Oh boy. Oh, but cold air. Look what it's doing to the river. Woo. Okay, we need to move even faster. Pick this pace up a little bit. It is almost right on top of me, but we are back at the mountain there, thank God. I mean, the temperature has dropped dramatically, so much so I'm gonna have to grab my coat before we roll out of here. I need to get to the main road before it starts raining a lot because there's some clay I have to drive over. Now, I think the Mountaineer will be okay though. She's got good tires and a little rust. Anyway, this has been a good day for me. I tested the just budget tarp out, as we're gonna call it. It was from $4 to $10, not very much. It did what I expected, which was really good. Hello, is that an eagle? I can't tell. That might be an eagle. Sure in hell looks like one. That's pretty freaking cool. You don't see those all the time. Anyway, I'm going to use it throughout the summer, and by fall, I'll know if it's worth the crap or not. I'm thinking it will be with a little tweaking. Had me a nice ramen dinner. I'm kind of bloated. Too much salt. Oh my God, I can see my breath. Whew. Oh boy, I think we really need to wrap this up. All right, friends, comments are more than welcome. Heads up, it does and will take me time to answer them, but I do read them all. And like always, friends, thanks for watching.